Hello, welcome to another pedal video demo for the pedal YouTube nerd crowd. We've done a whole bunch of these, and one of the last one in the series is the Classic Flanger. What the Classic Flanger does is classic flanging. Okay, where does flanging come from? Actually, flange. The way I was taught is, not sure if that's true, but back in the days you had, the big tapes. They were like on plastic thingies, and the plastic thingy around the tape is called the flange. So you had the tape going from left to right, right to left, something like this, and someone pushed a little bit on the plastic part of the tape, meaning the flange. And what happened is the tape got sped up and slowed down as you pushed and let go. And the effect that you got was that, flanging. So apparently that's where it comes from. Not really sure if that's true, but that's how I was taught. This one is based on a classic from a Japanese company. It's got a couple more controls than we're used to on the Harley Benton pedals. So let's go through these. But before, we are looking at a PRS Swamp Ash Special with narrow fields. Very nice fat single coil tone, which sounds like this. What you're hearing is the Laboga Alligator 50 twin in clean, going through a Fender Hot Rod 50 cab down in the basement in an isolation box, mic'd with a Sennheiser E606 microphone into a Universal Audio 710D preamp on solid state. That's all you really need to know that this is a good pristine signal chain, and what you're hearing is cool. So, regeneration. What regeneration will do is pretty much the feedback. In the instruction manual, there isn't really a lot in the instruction manual of this thing, so I looked up the original, or the one that is similar and has the same knobs, and it says, regeneration will also do stuff. That's how it was seriously described. It didn't tell you anything. It colors the sound. I think it's a feedback knob. So, let's look at this. The effect gets stronger with the regeneration knob. It's feedback. Delay time pretty much has really very little to do with delay, the way I understand it. The width, I can't say width, die Breite in German, determines how far is your frequency spectrum that sweeps back and forth. Okay? So if you have widths all the way to the top, the delay time won't do anything, because what the delay time does is it determines whether the spectrum that gets swept in the high end or the low end. Okay? So in the high end, it'll do this in your higher frequencies. When you have delay time down, it'll do this in the lower frequencies. If you have the width of your sweeping frequencies really wide, delay time won't do anything. So you can't determine whether it's in the high or low end. So if we have width down, let's see if we can actually hear this. To be honest, I'm not hearing what I just described. It does something when the speed obviously is the speed. very nice if you actually kind of get all these down. What you're getting is a chorus sound. Or something. It sounds like a chorus. So it's a very subtle sound, which doesn't really color your signal too much, but it adds a little bit of depth. So if you're wondering, should I buy a chorus or a flanger, buy the flanger and just set it up subtly. And then you kind of have a chorus. If you need a flanger, crank it up. Anything else we need to know for this thing? What do you use a flanger for? Well, obviously very nice pads, clean sounds. It's great for that. Nice delay on top of that, and you have a really cool pad. So you can do this very nicely with the guitar. I've prepared a demo track for you, which I actually recorded with the flanger in the original. I'm using the Deluxe Crunch from Joyo to give you the distortion, which sounds like this. Cold Hands. Let me see, where's my track? Here's my track. And I will try to play this for you. So, anything else? Classic Flanger. Flanges, $29.90 at Thomann.de. 30-day return policy if you don't like it. I don't know why you wouldn't like it. For $30 you most certainly will like it. Does a little bit of chorusing. Does a nice, not too frushy, that's actually the technical term, a frushy flanger sound. There's a jet flanger, I think it's called, that Paul Gilbert uses, and that's just like whoosh, it's huge. It's a sound that one might want. I don't think this does that. It's more subtle. No, you want this? So it'll do whatever you set it up to do. That's it from me for today. Peace out.